bring it, he wasn't mad or anything. And I go, okay, cool. So anyway, for 4 hours, he made me laugh. He made me, it was a good visit. But anyway, as Masons, I'll back up just a moment. I do represent the Antioch Footwood Lodge. And as Masons, we take an obligation. And the Holy Bible says we will aid and assist his trustworthy brother, Master Mason, his widow, and orphans. And what's going to happen is after this procedure is done, in a week, I'll be contacting you again. Okay? Oh, I'm sorry. To my right is Jim Campbell. He was the master during the year that Jack received, should have received his 50-year piece. So, proceed now.
This is a plaque that Ed is presenting, as well as a 50-year or golden veteran, as we call him,
And just to let you know, Jack was not forgotten. I was supposed to pick him up for a stadium meeting a couple months ago. I got sick, and he got sick, and I got sick, and the rest you know. So, and Judy, I called her up, and she's such a sweetheart. I said, would you mind if I presented this to you? And she said yes, and gosh, I'm just happy.
Perfect. It's just us. No.
Tilted.
Thank you so much. This really meant a lot to him. And this was a very special time to do it. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Now, what are we going to do next? Ron, I think...
You were going to talk, Mom. You were going to talk?
Well, I was going to talk. I was like,
Yes. Talk away, Miss Judy.
well, most of you know Jack and I for a long time.
56.
I started going steady with Jack when I was 13 years old.
Oh my God.
And we started going steady December 2nd, 1955.
Whoa.
I was 13, he was 16, I turned 14 the next month. But he literally he literally taught me everything I know. And but we were married 56 years and 2 weeks. We were married on April Fool's Day, 1961. So we laughed about it for 7 years because it was just a big joke, and now it's common. So he stuck. But in any case, we had some wonderful, we did it all through school. And he graduated in 1957 from Antioch High School, and I was 1955.
39.
I'm going to be doing this one. And we knew everybody in all 3 classes. We were such a small school, and it was so intimate. It was just awesome, and I see so many of our classmates here today. I was going to have everybody stand from different areas, but the seating is just too tight, so I won't ask you to do that. But we have people from all of our walks of life, from our high school days to our Russian River days, from our camping and our mountain house, the church and historical, and it just goes on and on. So we were very blessed to know so many of you, and I'm overwhelmed that you all thought enough of him to come and honor him today. Let's see, what did he do? Oh, he was a deal. We went a lot of places. We had a little trailer, and we camped a lot. So we had a lot of our camping group, we'd go to the mountains and Dover, Abalone, and just did a lot of things with a lot of our camping group. And we just had so much fun. We'd ride dirt bikes and we'd water ski and we'd just whatever. Friday night, we would load up the trailer in the truck. We'd go off for the weekend. We'd come home Sunday night dead tired. Turn around and do it again the next Friday night. So, yeah, it was just an ongoing thing. We had our kids always, and we had extra kids many times. And they just loved going with us. I'm not going to follow this stupid thing. He did a lot of hunting, as you know. He hunted Colorado with his buddies. They were here, always his buddies. And Montana and California. He had a deer, elk, all game birds. As you can tell on his things. Oh, and I did tell you he's in the Creole. So he did a lot of fishing. And we just thought that was appropriate since he's going to be scattered in all those places. So he's going to get around. But in any case, we just have so many friends here from different areas, and our children have just been a blessing to us. They have supported us over the years, and our granddaughter is just, she's my sidekick. She's my babysitter, as I call her right now. She's been at my side constantly, and a load of support for me, but we're helping each other through this, huh? Yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to say much more. You know our lives, and I just want to thank you all for taking the time to come and honor Jack in this way. And he would be so, well, he is, please. You better appreciate this. In any case, thanks again. I'm going to turn it now over to Ron Bowman. He's going to say a few words, and then we're going to have some special songs here, and try to move it along a little bit. It's getting a little stuffy in here. What was his name?
Call him the camp director.
He was the camp director. He was always directing something. He was called Dirty Jack. He was called many names that I cannot say. So, yeah, he was a special guy. He was a special guy.
Anybody else surprised that there's this many people here today?
No.
It's really not a surprise at all that you knew Jack. And again, I welcome you. I knew Jack much differently probably than many of you. Many of you grew up with him. You knew him from high school and his early childhood days. You knew him from camping, from hunting, from a myriad of other things, the Masons, and just on and on. I happen to know him differently because I know him as one of the people of my congregation. And more than that, he was a friend. And he was a person who we would talk often. He would confide in me and I confide in him. And he confided in me about the great things of life and the things that he was so thrilled about. And yet he confided me in some of the struggles that he had as well. And it's through those type of things that we built this relationship that I just loved him. And one of the things I loved about Jack was this. When you walked up to him, you usually thought, uh-oh, this guy looks a little surly. He looks a little, he almost, like, is he going to crack a smile? And then it was almost as if he planned it. He waited just a second, and then this big old grin would come out. And when that grin came out, you go, I'm accepted. He loves me. And you never worried about that again because he was always there with you. And from that point on, he loved you. And he embraced you. And as I thought about today, and I thought, well, Judy said limit my comments to an hour and a half. So that's right? Yeah. Okay. Just checking my 56-point outline. No, really, I prayed about this because I said, I don't want to just say something that kind of has less meaning or can kind of go right over your head. I said, God, what do you want? What do you want me to say about Jack? And he led me to a verse. And many of you may know this verse. It comes out of a prophet. His name is Micah. And Micah says these words in Micah chapter 6, verse 8. He says, He has shown you, O man, what is good and what the Lord requires of you. And this is what the Lord requires, to act justly, to do mercy, and to walk humbly with God. And I thought, you know what? Those are the three characteristics of Jack that I go, that's what I want. That's what I think people can embrace. That's what people know about him. That's what people loved about him. And it really defines him in many ways. The first one is it says to practice justice. And as I said, once Jack smiled at you, you knew you were in. You knew that you were always in. And here's what I thought about this as far as the whole idea about loving or practicing justice, was that Jack accepted everybody. Everybody was kind of on the same playing field. He didn't distinguish, race, creed, money, ethnicity, anything. He loved everyone. And that's part of justice, is just saying, okay, I love everybody. But he also loved things like the church. And he would do little things behind the scenes to provide and to give in different ways. He would love people sometimes beyond his own comfort zone. In the sense that, like, one time we were at a restaurant, and he went out of his way not only to compliment the waitress and to tell her what a good job she was doing, but then to leave her a good tip afterwards. And he said it was just who he was. He loved everybody, and that was part of justice. He loved those in need. There were times where he would come up to me after a service, and he said, hey, you know that family that you were talking about? And he would slip me a little envelope, or slip me a $20 bill, or slip me something and say, make sure they get this. That's how he was. And he loved those who were hurting. One of the things that I will always remember about Jack, and that many of you probably don't even know, but many of you, I've heard your names. And the reason I've heard your names is because when you were going through something, when you were hurting, when you were in need, he would tell me your name and he'd say, pray for them. And that happened often. I remember when his neighbor across the street, who he loved, Carrie, was going through some very difficult situations, and he would come to me and he'd say, make sure we pray for Carrie, make sure we pray for Carrie, always making sure that happened. So he loved justice that way, but he also loved it a different way. He loved it in that he always thought there was a fairness about things. And so there were times, if I had a dime for every time he told me this, I'd be original, and he'd say, that just isn't fair. And he'd look at me and kind of point that finger. That just isn't fair. This has to be fair. That was his justice. He liked everything to be on a kind of a level playing field. So he loved justice, but he also loved mercy. And loving mercy is more than just feeling sorry for somebody. It's actually having a loving heart. And one of the ways that I described Jack was not that he had mercy because he was required to. He had mercy because it was part of who he was. He just loved people, and he loved loving others. And I think you see that come out in his devotion. First of all, I saw it in his devotion to Judy. There were many times where we would talk about Judy. Good things, okay? But he would say, not about 3 months ago, we had gone out to lunch, and they said, well, what's going on? One of the things he says is, I want to make sure Judy's taken care of. I said, Jack, you've done that. He goes, yeah, but in case something happens, I want to make sure she's taken care of. He was devoted his whole life. And they say they met him, what was it, 12 years old? 13. I think he thinks it's even earlier than that. But he was also devoted to his daughters. There were so many times that he would just brag and brag and brag about them. My Shelly did this, and Tracy did this, and then he'd bring it up again, and he wouldn't tell you one time. I mean, it had to be 3, 4 times. And, if he would call me and tell me, then he'd tell me on Sunday morning, and then he'd probably write it down again. That's how he was. And then, of course, Danny, the apple of his eye. Danny just, he was just head over heels for her. And one of the fun things was when Danny hit a hole-in-one. I don't know if you know this. We lived that. We lived that for about 3 months. And I told him, I said, Jack, I hit a hole-in-one one time. He goes, you did? I said, yeah, I hit the ball. It was straight as could be. It was going right for the hole, and right as the windmill turned, it went in. But no, he loved Danny, and he just, and here's what I thought about this is, family was a priority to him. And I've talked with a number of people that have said this. I wish that I could have the family and the devotion that Jack has to his family. And I don't know about you, but if you know a family man, you look it up in the dictionary, it's Jack. He was family, everything about family, extended family, all of that. He loved that. And part of Jack's mercy was always giving to others, even if he had been wronged, even if he, felt it wasn't just. He was still that kind of giving person. And finally, one of the things that the third part of this verse says to walk humbly with God. And one of the things that I think Jack was a very humble man. Now, he was proud. He was proud of his kids. He was proud of his granddaughter. He was proud of his church. He was proud of his hunting. He was proud of his fishing. I mean, you can go on and on with the things he was proud of, but he was very humble. And he always knew his place, and he always knew how, that God was God, but that who he was. And as I thought about that, he loved God, and he had a healthy perspective of that. And so he wouldn't do too many things to put himself above, but he was always bragging about others because he had this pride about some of the things in his life. And he would do some things at church that many times were behind the scenes that nobody would ever know. And the reason he did that was because he always wanted to serve God. And so there were those times where I will remember I might be walking over to my office, or I might be coming back down the aisle after a service or something, and he'll go, and he'll wave me over because he's got something special that he wanted to do. And I love Jack. I loved being with him and around him. And one of the great things about Jack, he was quite a character. He was very giving, but I don't know if you know this, he hoarded golf balls. I kid you not, there's this time we were playing in the Special Olympics golf tournament with Carrie. And there were four of us, a guy named Mike and Jeff and I and Jack. And Jack was wearing this bright yellow shirt, polo shirt. And as we're golfing, we get to this one hole, I think it's like the 15th or 16th hole, and there's this big ravine. It's a par 3, and you just have to hit it over and get in it. Well, 3 of us hit it in the ravine. And I think Mike was the only one that actually got on the green. So, we're down in the ravine getting our golf ball, hitting it up, and we get up onto the green. Now, 3 of us are up there, but Jack's nowhere to be found. And we're all looking around, and we're going, what's going on? And so a couple of us say, hey, Jack, we're yelling, where are you? And all of a sudden, he comes out of the bushes. And I kid you not, he looked like he'd been through a war with a raccoon. His arms were cut, there was blood on his yellow shirt, but he's got this big smile on his face. He's got 3 golf balls in each hand. And he's going, and he thought he'd hit it rich, it was like, hey, I got 3 golf balls, that's how he was. And it was kind of fun. And those are the kind of things that I will remember about Jack, and the things that I loved about Jack. And just as a special announcement to those of you who know us, our church has an annual golf tournament every year in the first month of October, and this year I wanted to tell the family we're going to dedicate it to Jack. So we're going to call this year the Antioch Covenant Church Golf Tournament, but in dedication to Jack McCush. He was so instrumental in helping. A lot of times behind the scenes, going and getting prizes for the tournament, or getting people to play, or going and finding golf balls, whatever he could do. And I'll share this one last memory. This last October when we played, Jack's health had been failing a little bit, and he didn't want to play. He just said, his words were, I don't want to embarrass myself. And I said, Jack, you're never going to embarrass us. I said, I've got an extra spot in my foursome. Come and play with me. He goes, Ron, I can't hit the way I used to. I said, you don't need to. I said, here's what I'd like you to do. Just putt. That's all I want you to do. We'll hit off the tee. We'll hit off the fairways. All you need, we need a 4th putter. And he said, oh, I don't know. And I said, look, if you get up to a fairway and you want to hit it, drop the ball. If you get up on a tee and you want to hit a ball. Well, I think 2 of the holes, he actually drained the putt from where we were at because we played a scramble event. And I don't know if I've ever seen him more happy, not with the family or anything else, but more happy about an event and more happy about just being a part of something than that day when he walked off this golf tournament is right here, walked off here with this big old smile on his face. And there was a sense of gratification that he felt fulfilled, that he actually contributed and he helped out. And that's the kind of man I remember. That's the kind of man I love. That's the kind of man I see in his wife, I see in his daughters, I see in his granddaughter, and he is going to be fondly missed. And I think the number of people in this room is just a dedication to that. And so I hope that some of those words are encouraging to you and helpful to you to know a little bit more about Jack, because you probably know him a lot more. And I'm looking forward to some of the stories that you will share, because you probably have a lot more to add and throw into that than I do. But I just want to say Jack was a man who loved justice, who lived mercy, and who walked humbly with God.
That was inspiring. It was inspiring. I'll be there for the golf tournament. I'm gonna play though.
You can cut.
Okay, now we are gonna have a song from Wayne and Tachi, whatever.
Yeah, what?
This is Shelley's friend Wayne, and he loves to do karaoke, and he wanted to sing a special song for Jack, and I'll let him come up now and do his magic.
You both were really funny. Oh, no, I probably would have known it. What I have to do is go context. It was going to be crap about
Are you watching?
And that's what's making fun of my kids.
He was a giant, and I was just a kid. I was always trying to do everything he did. I can still remember every lesson he taught me. Growing up, learning how to be like my old man. He was a lion. We were our father's pride, but I was defiant when he made me walk the line. He knew how to lift me up and when to let me fall. Looking back, he always had a plan. My old man, my old man. Feel the canvas on his head and dusty overalls. My old man.
ready? Danielle. Okay, Danielle had a special song for Papa. She practiced and she did practice and she said I'll probably get a few sour notes, but it's important to me that I sing this for my Papa. She and her Papa were very, very close. And it's going to be hard for both of us, but... Oh, I'm sorry. I always do. I'm such a
Danielle, do you want the pictures to keep going? You can do whatever you'd like to do. I'm not going to look at them, so. Yeah, we need you. Don't need that in the light of the.
Stand off to the side. You want to share anything?
Well, hi, my name is Danielle. I'm Jack's granddaughter. As most of you know. A little shaky. Growing up, I spent most of my time with my grandparents.
Closer to my face.
Okay. Riding in the backseat of my truck. That's now mine. That's his. Yeah. And my grandparents were my best friends. They taught me so much. I shouldn't have spoken before I was making it. But I'll speak a little bit after. But this song, when I heard the song the first time, I knew right away that this was going to be the song that I sang for him one day. And we were riding in the truck, and I stopped in the middle of this conversation. He goes, "That was Bruce." I said, "No, you need to listen to this song." And he goes, "Why?" I said, "Because one day in the very far future, I'm going to sing this for you." And he goes, "Why?" And I said, "Just listen to it." I had to collect myself real quick.
You got this, dude.
Breathe.
You got
This is a song called "The Outskirts of Heaven" by Craig Campbell. My papa taught me about button-knives and shotguns, how to cast an old pen, how to work a stick shift. Taught me the Bible about all 12 sides, and he made sure that I know this life has ends. The streets are gold, gates with gold. Said if I just believe, that's where I'll go. He said, Lord, when I die, I want to live on the outskirts of heaven, where the show goes from I'm in the fields, fishing the river, where there's redwood trees and honeybees and blue skies and green grass forever. Oh, when I die, I want to live in the outskirts of heaven. And I said, "Dear King James, in the Almighty King, mansions a mansion that is built just for me. And I gladly traded it for a mountain house with acreage, back porch that's shaded, and speaking from a porch swing. That's where I want to hang my wings." He said, "Oh, when I die, I want to live on the outskirts of heaven, where the dirt roads for miles, hay in the fields, and fishing the river.
Oh my God, is that Dillon Beach?
There's dogwood trees and honeybees and blue skies and green grass forever. Lord, when I die, I want to live on the outskirts of heaven. Good Lord knows me. He knows I need blue skies with green grass forever. God, that sucks. I had to talk after. I guess I gotta talk after. Oh, good. No, that's over with. My heart's racing like a jackrabbit. I grew up with my grandparents. I grew up going to their house. Their house was my safe spot. It still is. My grandpa taught me all those things. He taught me how to fish. I had a shirt that says, "Grandpa thinks I'm a keeper." Well, I thought so too. I remember the day I caught my first fish. I was about 4 years old, and I still remember that day. We were up at Lake Walton up in the mountains. He caught it on his pole, and he said, "Danielle, come here, come here." Okay, a little blonde ponytail, and I had a shirt that says, "Grandpa thinks I'm a keeper." So I was excited. And you can see some of these pictures up here of that first day, and he let me reel it in, and that was my first fish. He taught me about guns, but he taught me about love. He was a big part of my life. He was my father figure to me sometimes when I needed him. I mean, I love my father, but he had the guidance that was part of the grandfather term. He was my papa. He taught me how to split wood, work hard pays off, and that's exactly what he showed me with that mountain house. He put a lot of work into it. The people up in the mountains that he introduced me to and I grew up with, you guys are some of my favorite people. They're sitting in those two things there. Well, when I walked in this morning, earlier today, I saw some family from the river, and I started tearing up, and then I saw Connie. I walked in and I saw Connie, and an instant peace came over me. I felt the love in this room, and it just overwhelmed me. It just consumed my soul, and it showed me what it was really about. If I can leave you with anything, I want you to go, use love song. You all know that. If you got a call from Jack, it's because usually he wanted to remind you of a date. You know, it's Frida's birthday, you better give her a call. Or it's somebody's anniversary, you better give them a call. That's fine. If I could ask you to leave here with one thing. On your way home, think about somebody you haven't talked to in a long time. Somebody you miss in your life, or somebody you have a quarrel with. Call them up, tell them you love them, tell them I'm sorry. The past is in the past, you only got one life to live. Patch it up, tell them you love them. Plan a date with you. You only got one. Make it good. I know he did. So thank you all for being here. From the river to the mountains, to DuPont, to the historical, to church. Y'all have been such a big part of my life. And it was because of him and my grandma. I'm who I am today with all of you involved in it. So thank you for making me make who I am. I'm definitely going to miss you, Pops. I don't know what I'm going to do without you. I'm going to take your breath. Thank you all.
We're going to have a short time where the family is going to share a few thoughts for you. And so if you're part of the family and you have something special you want to say, just stand up and I'll try to bring the mic to you. I am going to encourage you, if you're a friend who just has a very special memory of Jack, I would encourage you to write it down, send it to Danielle, send it to Shelley, send it to Tracy, send it to Judy, send it to all of them. I mean, let them know that special memory that you have. But we're going to hear a few from the family right now.
Mom, you can do it. Mom, you can do it.
I don't know how I'm going to follow that. Danielle, you're amazing, and I love you so much. I had to write my stuff down, and a lot of it's going to be repeated. But I I always knew that this day would come. We just weren't ready for it yet. I have so much to say, and it's going to be hard. I do know that right now he is smiling down on everybody here. I know that he has tears in his eyes and he's humble. Dad loves each and every one of you for a different reason. And I know there are so many memories in this room and so many people that have so much love for him. He was a pain in the ass. We know that. In the best way, yes. But he had so much love for everyone here. There's so many faces, again, so many wonderful memories. We want to thank everyone for all overwhelmed by The love, the support, the help, the calls, the texts, the emails, the cards, the gifts, the flowers. There's just no words to be able to thank everybody for everything. And I know Mom already touched on it a little bit, but representing everybody here, representing Dad in his life today, we have family, we have extended family, we have neighbors, old and new, we have hunting friends, his hunting buddies, the memories there, classmates, DuPont, camping, again, so many memories in all of these areas, the cabin, Georgetown, church, historical, my friends, my sister's friends, my daughter's friends. In some way, Dad touched all of you, and you're here today because of that, and we're just overwhelmed, and we're very thankful. He had a gift of gab, as we all know. Dad could talk. He loved to talk on the phone. He loved to butt dial people. And Mom would laugh because he would get out his phone book. He would be bored. He'd just get out his phone book and start dialing people. He just wanted to say hello. He wanted to talk to somebody. He wanted to hear how their day was going. Nothing in particular. He just wanted to talk. All right. You know, tomorrow isn't promised. We weren't ready to say goodbye to him. God has bigger plans for him, so we called him home. We know that he was greeted with open arms by so many family and friends. In fact, one of his good friends from high school, Ray Edwards, passed the same evening that Dad passed. So we know that they went up together. Oh my God, the stuff that they're pulling. They're trying the shenanigans, we can hear it now. I would also like to, I wanted to touch a little bit on the table decorations and all of the stuff that's around here today. The table decorations, there's a lot of memory in each one of them, and lovingly designed by Judy, my friend Judy, wherever Judy, Walker. The bobbers and the feathers, Dad was an avid hunter and fisherman. The wheat is from memories from Montana. My dad's mom was born and raised in Montana, and he has farmland up there that is farm that's all wheat and barley, and it was just kind of a nice tribute to the homestead up there. The red hankies on the table, I don't know if most of you know, Dad always had one in his back pocket. Always had one in his back pocket. We had to wash and fold those damn things too, didn't we, Mom? Okay. The cattails from the Delta. On the table over here, we have so many other memories. We have one of the pictures that Danielle, it's a black and white of a older gentleman and a little girl and a dog fishing. Danielle drew that picture, and that's in tribute to Papa. Danielle did that a few years ago. As Mom mentioned, Dad is in the creel, in his hunting creel that is his official hunting creel. There is a bow over there. Jordan, do you have the bow? See the bow? That bow was actually off of a wedding present from my mom and dad's wedding, and it went round and round from family birthdays to anniversaries, and Mom had to kind of fix it up a little bit. But that was, they've been married, April 1st was 56 years, so that bow is still in the family. I also want to, the video, I do want to apologize because we sorted through hundreds and hundreds of pictures. Unfortunately, we didn't get everybody that we wanted to. We couldn't find a lot of pictures. So a lot of you are not in them, but you are in there in heart and memory and from family reunions to whatnot. So please know that we did leave you out intentionally. It was just, we couldn't find all the pictures we wanted. Okay. Also, I do want to mention on the center pieces, please do not take them. The jars and a lot of the contents are borrowed, and we need to get them back to the rightful owner. So please, as much as we would love everyone to have a memory of Dad, please do not take the centerpieces, okay? Okay, just a few. Oh yes, we do have a guest book on the other side at the entry table. I know a lot of you didn't get to sign it when you came in because there was so much going on. We might be able to have it go around, but we would love for everyone to sign it, put a few words in it if you can. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm trying to hurry because I know I'm talking a lot. This is just, oh, I'm going to breathe. Okay, some of the fun things. Dad was a loving husband. He was a proud father, an even prouder grandfather. He loved family get-togethers, holidays. I love to watch my mom and dad dance. Wi-Fi is how Dad would call Wi-Fi. He was a jokester. His facial expressions, just memories of camping and growing up with so many wonderful memories. But also, a word that I would like to say is, you know, with what's happened with Dad, it was unexpected. We didn't expect him to go so soon. But folks, as Danielle hit on a little bit, take time to go through old family videos and old family photo albums with family and friends. We've had the chance to do that just recently with our family, and I'm so grateful that we did, because we laughed, we cried, we had fun. But time is so short, we never know what's going to happen. Don't let it go by to where you're wishing you had the chance to do that with loved ones. I know you have all videos and again, pictures and everything. Do that now before you don't have time to do it.
I'm getting close. Okay.
Oh, I'm just doing a couple thank yous real quick. I want to thank all of the family and friends that have traveled. We have Montana, we have Minnesota, we have Arizona, we have Oregon, we have Georgetown, we have Russian River. I'm so grateful for everyone to come down, and other people that have traveled a little bit further as well. I do want to do a shout out to Nita. Nita, stand up, please. Nita put together, Dad, love Nita with the clap. Nita put together this video, and she actually had a sleepless, she pulled an all-nighter the other night getting this video together. So we just want to thank her for that. Again, I want to thank Judy for the inspiration for the table decorations and the idea. My sister-in-law, Tina, stand up, Tina. Judy, stand up. You stand up, Judy. Tina and Wayne also put together the decorations that are on the table. Michelle, stand up, Michelle. The memory boards up here, we knew nothing, we were not allowed to see them until this morning. Michelle and Linda, where are you? Put these together. I have never seen a memory board. Oh, the tears. I don't even know how to say it, but thank you so much. I'm so blessed to call you all my friends. And Pam, I want to thank you for your help today setting up everything, and family from, again, Montana. I think I'm done. I'm just rambling. I'm sorry, this is not quite how I wanted to say it, but I know you all know how much I love my dad. I'm going to miss him more than anything, but I'm so grateful. I want to thank you all for being here and sharing today with us. Thank you for being patient. We didn't expect this many people, but we do appreciate your love, and hang in there. We'll get through this today. Thank you.
Okay, if you're a family member and you have a quick memory you want to share, I encourage you to stand up. I'll make my way to you.
I'm sorry, all you guys, I do not do this. I do not like to talk in front of anybody. So mine is not going to be anything like my sister. Because she talks just like my dad, so bear with me. I want to thank every one of you for coming today. This really means a lot to our family, of everyone that he touched. It touched my heart. It was like, wow, you have a lot of people that you touched. And I was like really overwhelmed when I got here. I was like, I couldn't even make it through the front door. I was like, oh God, look at all these people. But I do want to thank everybody. My dad was not only a dad to me, a father, but he was like a big brother to me. We went to sporting events, we went fishing, we did so much together. I was his best friend. I was like his little boy. I was his tomboy. I was literally taking things apart when he'd walk away. He'd come back and he'd be destroyed. He'd get so pissed at me because he walked away and I took apart everything he just put together. He's like, oh my God, what'd you do now? You know, just things like that. And the wonderful camping life, the mountain, the cabin. We just had so many wonderful memories. And I'm glad that I can call him my dad. He's a true gentleman. He was a great, great father. And I just want to say thank you.
And I heard somebody say something once, that you can tell a lot about a person by how many people show up at their funeral. Kept going up to my aunt and my cousins today, just blown away.
Tell them who you are.
I'm Brad. I'm Jack's nephew. And I was the one that kind of picked up the slack when he was very disappointed when Tracy discovered makeup. Anyway, I heard somebody do a eulogy once, where you don't really know a person unless you've sat in a deer stand together. The hours with nothing to do but looking around, whispering every damn thought and secret that goes through your head. Well,